Hello and welcome back. We're on the air. You're tuned into the European Underwater Rugby Championships, broadcast live out of Helsinki, Finland. We're coming up to the last match before the lunch break between Turkey and Sweden. So Turkey beat Sweden 5. Turkey beat Sweden 5-0 in group play. And this match is, of course, much more important. Going through to the medal rounds requires a victory. There's no more opportunity to make up for a loss. So the Swedish players strapping on their fins, preparing to hop in the water. 3 are there already. Jakob Thun standing on land, still has to put his fins on. Time to exchange pendants. Captain Jakob Thun headed over. And Håkan Togar from Turkey. The two men shake hands and then swim back. One minute before face-off. Will be interesting to see how much Sweden was holding in reserve in the last match they played against Turkey. Turkey coming in from above, Firet Kabak. Turkey with possession over on the far side here, and an unwary player has the ball stripped away. Holding called. Turkey recovers the ball, and he drops it going to be a holding call probably. So Turkey has an opportunity to attack the Swedish goal from a free throw. Or was it the other way around? In any case, it's Sweden with the ball now. If they lose it. And Turkey coming over on the right side. Tied up. Two players. He gets the pass off. And it's a goal. Turkey had an open basket there. Turkey goes up on an open basket goal, scored by that was Ekin Koç who scored. So 1-0 Turkey. Håkan Torgård, number 10, had it up to the surface. A real lapse there by Sweden that they didn't have anybody on the goal there. The ball was snatched away or dropped, taken around mid-pool. And it was just a quick swim over, and there was nobody even close from the Swedish defense. Neither a back nor goalie. Håkan Torgård again with the ball. He passes way over to the left side, a long pass that just went right by the Swedish player. And it's Sweden under pressure again. Håkan Torgård coming in from above, passes down to a teammate. They go head backwards a little bit. Mert Karakoc turned it over to Faith Azarak. So now they maintain possession of the ball, pass back up, a new wave coming. Swedish player swims out to challenge. Free throw. Awarded to Turkey. Put it into play and lose it to Sweden in white. Fake pass. Now Sweden on the left side, away from the exchange bench in the corner. Sweden enjoying a longer period of possession here. And now they're coming in. Trying to put something in. The bench shouting out for an attack. They need to burrow through one of these backs or shake off a forward or two and get into the goal because they're down 1-0 on an empty basket goal. long period of possession here by Sweden, but no real attempts to get in the last half meter. And they come out again, try to set something up. Ball drops to the bottom, and Firat Kavak held on to the Swedish player who had the ball. So far, Sweden has maintained possession here. But they're not risking the ball that much. Now the play is back way up, far from the Swedish goal, the Turkish goal. Well, Denijan India briefly had the ball, but it dropped back down and Sweden got it again. Now is an opportunity for Sweden to score, but they turn over the ball. And driven out by the side, but not out of bounds, and they drift back in closer to the center. Big scrum on the surface. Drops down, Turkey. Mehmet Karakoc, who scored the goal, picked up the pass there. And now Peter Kamak comes in. Now Sweden has a move forward. He gets by one player, finds a teammate, and they've got two by the goal. This is maybe one of Sweden's better opportunities. In from above, picked up by a defender. Over on the far side, Petr Ekman lurking, but no one's delivered the ball to him. Instead, Firat Kavak comes up with a loose ball and starts a Turkish counter-attack. So 1-0 in favor of Turkey with about 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Both a must-win for both teams. Timeout. timeout here called by Sweden. Oh no, timeout called by Turkey. Holding gives Turkey a free throw. So maybe Tarkan Leylili has got an idea to score again using this free throw. Be interesting to see if there's something set up that will come straight in. So Turkey up 1-0 here. Free throw awarded to Turkey. Sweden settled in position, ready to meet this. Does Turkey have some sort of a set play that they are going to try to score here with 4:31 remaining in the first half? They go straight down to the bottom, swimming over to the left side, and Sweden manages to take the ball, and very nice pass there. They've got over all the way to the goal, and they stole the goal, or at least in a better position. It could be Turkey now has a goalie, but it's a mess over the basket. But they come up with the ball, and all of the preparation that Turkey could make there during the timeout didn't seem to serve them that well. Instead, Sweden nearly scored. So Turkey swinging from above. They've got players on either side. Sweden gets the ball, and they get another break. Petr Ekman swims up to the surface. He fakes pass and then does make a pass. The player comes off the wall. Sweden moving backwards here. Now they come in again. It's going to be an attack from above. Dump down to the left side on the bottom. They're going to make a rush on the goal now. Out on the far left. Sweden holding on to the ball, looking to put something together here. With 2 minutes remaining in the first half, Turkey has a 1-0 lead. Kicked out, picked up, and then Swedish player picked it up again. Now recovered by Turkey. That was a quick changing situation, and Sweden now has it. And holding on. One minute, 24 seconds showing on the clock. Turkey making the transition. ball dropped down to the bottom. Sweden as it. Turkey defending right now with a 1-0 lead. Halftime. It's a very tough match here. And given that the Turkish players are young and fit, they should be able to keep up the same pace that they've been playing. So the Turkish fans here on the other side, the Turkish women's national team, how does it look to you?
I think our team is great. Yes. Good luck to Turkey.
So Turkey has a 1-0 lead here, and they're running away from the microphone. A 1-0 lead by Turkey, so they're happy, and there are about 4 minutes left. Don't worry. Well, 2.5 minutes left in the halftime. So one exchange made here during the halftime. Sweden has taken out Ulf Rydell and sent in Carl Falk. Turkey breaks from their halftime huddle, and they enjoy a 1-0 lead. On an early goal by Mert Karakoc. Karakoc sprinted to the Swedish goal, which was undefended, and just put it in. A shock for Sweden, but Sweden has had good possession since then, but has not actually had too many close attacks to the goal. There was one breakaway that they did well, and really could go either way now. This game is pretty tight. Turkey trying to pass down, loses the ball. Drops down, and Sweden's got the ball over to the Turkish side. They've got two players, three now. One come into the good position by the goal. It's not really going to be easy to get it to him here unless somebody makes a charge right now. He's pretty fresh, he's hanging out, he gives up now. But of course the presence of a player there can be disturbing for the defense. Now Sweden coming in, found a tunnel created by a teammate, and Turkey takes over. It was Koch there, I think, who came up with the ball. Sweden forced to defend with 13:30 showing on the clock. So we're just in about almost 2 minutes into the second half here. Semioza Swedish break. The player who's in front manages to pass over to the left side. I think it was Höglund there who had it briefly, but they've lost the ball, and Turkey's going back the other way, and it's stolen back again by Sweden. And Sweden forced to pass backwards and to head over to the side, but not caught up. Now held by the foot, and it gives them, now they've almost stolen the goal there. Up on the surface here, he's looking for a pass. He has to pass backwards. The next player goes up to the corner. Now they come down. Sweden's making an attack, but the pass to the player on the left side was picked off, intercepted. Now Denejan Idgir, he passed to Berke Koyan, and now it's a goal. No, nearly a goal. An open basket there, but he couldn't put it in. Turkey just escaped that narrowly, but it's got to be encouraging for Sweden that they're dominating possession. But now Turkey coming over quickly. Swedish defense comes down. down to the bottom. I think it was Jakob Thun there. Another attack by Sweden. He's not going to be able to kick free, but he manages to find a teammate. And another pass. Good extra effort here. Now underneath in a good position by the basket. And Turkey firming up the defense here. Sweden forced back on the outside. The Swedish player was chased down by two, and he ended up tossing the ball out, and it was taken, or it was lifted out of his hand there. And a fast break here. Turkey manages to cut it off. The two Swedish players who approached were both shut down. Good play by both teams. Now Sweden comes in from above. Sweden chasing, and the ball was vulnerable there and nearly taken. Now it's passed upwards, and Turkey has it. But it drops down. Two players chase. Ekman punches for the ball. I think it was the old Forsberg who punches for the ball. He didn't get it. But Sweden back on offense. Pressing in. 8 minutes showing on the clock. 8 minutes, 5 seconds to be more precise. And a pass that was not quite right, cost Sweden possession. Blocked up, floating to the surface. Time is ticking. 7:26 showing on the clock. Sweden down 1-0. Turkey went out in front in the first half on an open goal by Mert Karakoc. No, maybe it was Ekinkoc. Sorry, Ekinkoc. Timeout called. Sweden has a free throw. 7 minutes left here. Sweden puts the ball in. Referees halt the play. 2 meter rule infraction by Turkey. Sweden puts the ball into play. They get over to the goal, pass down, very nice, and they've got a lot of bodies around, and they're pushing, grinding. This is Emmanuel Johansson had it. The ball drifts down, picked up by Sweden. Swimming around, there's a corridor created. They're looking to put it in. Technical goal here if they make it, but no, they lost the ball, and Turkey's going full out to the other side. Sweden manages to take the ball away from them, but stressful nonetheless to have somebody explode like that out there. And Sweden holding on to the ball, but now it's a one player has gotten close to the goal with an unsettled defense, but it's calming down. He can't free him. He manages to get the ball out, and Sweden is going to have a second wave here. Pass down into the up to the side. He's tied up, passes it back out again. So Sweden's going to come with a third wave now. Every attack has to be extremely purposeful with just 5 minutes left. Free throw for Turkey. Timeout called by Sweden. So it's very clear instructions from the Swedish coach. 5 minutes left. They've got to do it. They've got to get in there and halt. Free throw. Free throw in favor of Turkey. I don't know what the reason was, but Turkey, Peter Kavak there, number 3, passed it further. Now they can eat up the clock, score another goal, eat up the clock. And Sweden has got to respond. And they have the ball, and they're moving towards the Turkish goal, and a score. They have equalized. So Jens Westerlin. So, Jens Westerlin, one of Sweden's younger players, comes up with a critical goal for Sweden. He burst out there and got them before they had a goalie on. So one open basket goal answered by another open basket goal. And now Turkey is anxious to make up for this lost lead. If it would go to overtime, it would be interesting to see what happens. And after overtime, there would be a penalty shootout. And that would exhaust both the teams, making them, of course, less dangerous in the medal round. The Swedish women cheering now for Sweden. Sweden comes up with the ball. Free throw for Sweden. Holding called against Turkey. So Sweden puts the ball into play. So a Swedish attack now on Turkey's goal is broken off as Denizin Igdir took the ball away. And now batted back and forth. Arsef Kaya took it up, and then it's come back down from above. Turkey's got a good attack on. They're messing around here. Onur Ceylan on the right side. But now Sweden gets the scrum to float up to the surface. That will take some of the pressure off. Goalie exchanges. I think it's Johansson who's now on the goal. Turkey on the surface. And the coach shouts instructions. In from above. Locked up here. And now pressing by Turkey, but the Swedish back picks up the ball and they float back up to the surface. Intense game here. The scrum is anything but a picnic. Now another attack, good attack. I think it's Peter Kavak came in from above. And Sweden comes out with the ball. He won't get far, but he's looking for a teammate to pass to. And he's unable to. Scrum on the surface. Swedish ball, maybe? Hard to say. No, down. Turkey has it. Kanen Bakarasilugu. And now they're moving to the Swedish goal, pushing. It's another stressful situation for the Swedish defense. But they get the ball up to the surface. Goalies exchange. Referee halts the action. 21 seconds left in the match. Regular time. So Sweden forced to defend during the last 20 seconds of regulation time. The ball drops down. They're locked up. 12 seconds, 10. Right now, Sweden has to kill this. And that's it. Regular time is over. Regulation 15 times 15 is over. The teams are instructed to separate. 5-minute rest here in between. Very dramatic game here. 1-1 tie. A 5-minute break here for both teams to try and recover. I've spotted Roy near me here. So we have a tie game here. 1-1 Sweden and Turkey. Both teams are allowed to rest for 5 minutes before the beginning of overtime. And it will be sudden death. Whichever team scores in overtime, that's it, they win. After overtime, one period, then there'll be a penalty shootout. And each team is allowed one timeout during the overtime period. And the overtime period is 15 minutes. So it's the same as a single half of a match. One timeout, 15 minutes, and it's sudden death. Well, what do you call a sudden death? In German, they call it golden goal or something like that. Is it sudden death? Goal scored, it's over. Yeah. And what do you call it in Finnish?
Äkkikuolema. Äkkikuolema.
Äkkikuolema. So it's äkkikuolema that counts now. The Swedish team is sitting on the bench or by the side of the pool, resting. Turkish team is still discussing the situation, getting instructions for what they're supposed to do during this extended time. And the extra time will probably not change the schedule. Yeah. So it's fortunate here that the extra time is not going to affect the schedule probably because we had a longer lunch break.
Markus.
Sudden death. So some people call it a golden goal, some people call it sudden death. In any case, it can end suddenly, or they can play 0-0 for 15 minutes and then have a shootout. Here we go. The players blast out, and down to the bottom, first to the ball, Sweden. Here we are in sudden death overtime, or golden goal, whatever you want to call it. And Sweden is forced to defend now, and the back manages to pick up the ball. He gets slammed by Denijan Igdir, but they manage to hold on to the ball and get out. Referees halt play. Sweden with the ball over here. They bounces down, and Turkey takes it. He's coming fast. Turkey's swimming with full speed over, and the player's in a good position. Turkey has had good attacks, and they could have scored on several occasions. Sweden earned the ball back again, only to find themselves locked up in a giant scrum. And who's got it? Sweden. Coming in from the side and below. Oh, good approach, but he's wrapped up head, neck, and shoulders. Sweden jerks the ball free and comes in with a new wave. The ball's extended, vulnerable. He tries to pass it down, bounces out, taken by Höglund, who is unable to, don't know how it was lost in the transition there, but Sweden wins it back after a scrum. They wait on the surface, or on the side of the wall here. Coming in. And they hold on. Jens Westerlin has turned out to have been a key player. He delivered a tying goal here. Koch and Westerlin matching empty basket goals. And now Sweden has a very good position with the scissors move beneath the goal. They love this. Someone like Barian Holtz gets in there, and you get him the ball, he's going to put it in. Referee halts the action. Free throw in favor of Sweden. Turkey called for holding. Timeout called by Sweden. You can feel this, Kai. This is intense.
Yeah. Really anyone's game.
So Kai, our engineer here, we're not asleep at the job here because our job is pretty good right now, watching this good match. And after that, we'll have a shortened lunch because of the extended play here. But you probably wonder what it's like here in Finland. The breeze is blowing pretty briskly outside. It's an overcast day after 2 sunny days. We've got some, I don't know if you could call it inclement weather, but it's a bit chilly. And the atmosphere inside, though, is hot. It's intense here. So after a game like this, these teams will be drained. And let me check the schedule. How soon before they play again, the winner. So action resumes after this Swedish timeout. Now we see Emmanuel Johansson. There's a big guy. He's stolen the goal. So if they can get it in, then he slips out. And now they're on the surface. Sweden comes up with it. Now coming in from above. Locked up with a scissors grip. The Swedish ball carrier manages to drop it down. And Turkey has taken it. Headed over. Long pass out. He manages to sweep it in. And then return all the way over to the Swedish goal. And got a good position. Straight onto the goalie's back. Great pass there. And Sweden, even if they were rattled by that, they managed to take the ball back and head out. And back up to the surface here with a new scrum. Free throw awarded to Sweden. Högman puts it into play. They go down, a nice pass above. He's looking for a teammate, and since there was none there, one of the Turkish players took it. And they're fighting for these balls very hard because it's sudden death, and every possession could be your last one. .9:42 showing on the clock. 1-1 Turkey and Sweden. The transition of the goalies is completed, but Turkey has the ball and is coming in from an angle. Very good attack by Turkey. They're moving the ball around, and now on the right side, they've got the goalies back. Locked up now. But an excellent play, and it could have all ended there. But now Sweden has taken the ball back again, and they need to maintain possession, and they almost lost it there. Oh, they did lose it. Sweden's going to pick it up, but moving the wrong direction. He's turned around to try and gather some speed. Two good quick passes, and Sweden is trapped. Andreas Högman managed to get it off up into the corner. Great play by Sweden here in transition with quick passing. Neither of these teams want to get tied up in scrums in the middle of the pool. They want to get over and launch some kind of attack. So all of the swimming is rather intense. In comes Sweden from above, tied up. Peter Kavak, and they broke it up now. Håkan Tolgren goes out, and the ball is bounced around until Turkey finally secures it. And a pass upward. Arsev Kaya took it. Håkan Tolgren underneath. They're forced to almost go backwards. Now the ball drops to the bottom. Chance to move. He goes to the weak side, to the exchange bench side, moves forward. Halt. too many players in the water for Turkey, and that's going to cost them a man. It'll be a power play. They had too many players in the water. So this is could be a very costly mistake. Timeout called. So here's a terrific opportunity for Sweden. Turkey is now going down a man due to an infraction and too many players in the water. Oh no, it's Sweden. I'm sorry. No, it is. Anybody can come out. Anybody can be sent to the penalty box now. There's no identity to this kind of rule infraction. They're sending out number 4. So Fatih Azrak will have a chance to breathe on the side here while his team protects the goal while they're on defense during a power play in favor of Sweden. Sweden gets the ball, they head over to the right corner. He swims laterally down all the way to, seems the other side, and then back out over again. Pass back into the safe side corner, but it further down at depth, he's got his feet pressed against the wall, and maybe he was trying to kick off and get momentum, but he didn't end up getting any opportunity. So they're working it in slowly, and now they've got it. Johan Sonner, I think it is, or they're pressing. It makes sense to have a big guy there to try and push the goalie out of the way. So Sweden now moving freely again, coming in from above, working in all the way to the goalie's back, and the ball is there and they're trying to strip it away, but it's not easy when somebody who's strong and practiced at holding the ball does that. He gets it to his teammate. He's going over on the right side, but the back is there blocking his way, and they're trying to pass back over. They've got players everywhere now. It's a good attack by Sweden. Broken off. And they made a pass, and it bounced out into the hands of the Turkish player, and bounced around again. Whose ball is it? Sweden. So Sweden is coming back. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Turkey will be at full strength soon. And now they can dive in. Turkey's got 6 men in the water again. The ball bounces out, and Turkish player grabs it. His feet are caught, and Sweden wrestles the ball back and come in from the right side, pushing. They're staying down in the bottom where the Swedish traditionally like to play, instead of coming in from an oblique angle above. Toss over to the other side where he thought he had a teammate. There was nobody there. Turkey picks it up, and they get out to halfway. 4:40 showing on the clock here. And yeah, as the ball bounced down, and Högland picked it up. It was a bad pass or bad ball handling there. So now the Turkish player is blocking the way of is Riedel in again? They may have put Riedel back in again. I'll check on that. Turkey countering, and he saw the Swedish player who was trying to blindside him, and the ball's batted around. Karakoc managed to hold on to it. They're met up hard. Now it's a little bit settled for Turkey. They have a chance to put something together. The Swedish defense is in place, and the forwards have been good at coming in at the last second and locking up Turkey when they've had a good position around the goal. But it hasn't been risk-free. Don't know whether it's by design, but they've managed to plug the gaps 3 or 4 times at least. The ball drops down at the bottom. Turkey 2 at first. Now, Peter Kavak, Swedish goalie, spins. They get the ball, and they do 360, and they come. It's a attack with several players, and someone has gotten all the way. There's no goalie on right now. He couldn't pass it over, and Turkey managed to take the ball back again, but he's being pressed down until at last Jakob Kumbel comes up with it. Turkey working, trying to work the ball free. And they do, they're streaming over. Håkan Toga, he's got an angle. He's a dangerous player. 14 has got it now. And Sweden has survived another near catastrophe. Håkan Toga is not the guy you want to have pulling at your goalie or pushing at his back. So now Turkey is trying to get the Swedish players to commit before they make a rush. 1:27 left, so we could go to penalty shootout here very easily. Now they locked up the Turkish player. It's 2 Swedes and 3 Turks, and Sweden racing to the goal. He's got a good situation, and Turkey takes it, heads the other way with 1 minute. It's just enough. The Swedish defender gets down, not so settled, and is reaching for the goalie's back. They've got it, bounces out. It shows 41 seconds on the clock. And Sweden holds on, gripping. So Ono Selan sent out for attack on the head with 31 seconds left. So power play for Sweden with 31 seconds left. Sweden is making a substitution. So maybe it's an equipment problem or something. I'm sure whether they succeeded in bringing out the substitution or not. Sweden power play with 16 seconds left, and they've got a good position. And oh, the ball goes in! Goal for Sweden. Sweden scores on the power play with 6 seconds left. Amazing. A heartbreak for Turkey. What a match. Was it? Who scored the goal? Number 9, Petter Ekman. No? Petter Ekman. So, Petter Ekman has scored in the fight with 6 seconds remaining on the clock. So the Swedish team can hardly believe it to squeeze through that. The Swedish women are standing here watching. Petter Ekman scored that goal. So Petter Ekman. So with 6 seconds left, the Swedish women who are watching are speechless. And he got under, and it was a power play. So 1 attack on the head, 1 power play, and Turkish fans are drained. It's been an incredible experience to watch this match. And heartbreak for Turkey because they played a great game and had many goal-scoring opportunities. But Sweden managed to hold on. Petter Ekman getting hugs from his teammates now. So, time to sing the Swedish anthem. A draining game, unforgettable. Sweden has taken it. Petter Ekman, how did you do that?
It was, I don't know, a lot of people involved. It was a team goal. It was
of course, but with your position when you scored, underneath.
From the right, yeah. And I also get help from Gustav as well, and Stefan were preparing everything, so he was doing all the hard work.
Pushing the ball on his back.
Yeah, exactly. I guess so, I don't remember.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah, it was.
There you go. The Swedish goal scorer, Petter Ekman, and Jens Westerlin, Sweden has come out of one of the most dramatic matches that you can imagine. With 30 seconds left in the match, there was a infraction, a head slap, and Turkey went down. It was a power play, and Sweden scored. And we're going to take a break now for lunch, and we'll be back on schedule at 2 o'clock. Thank you very much. Bye.